Passes 5-1. Thanks again, everybody. Enjoy the 4th of July.
The last 4 years, on average, we've seen about $7 million on average that we've had to the opportunity to budget one-time, items.
5 yeas, 1 nay. That nay coming from Fresno City Councilman Gary Bredefeld. The latest budget really still in limbo after city council members passed it despite one major problem. The city says it's $1.8 million more than what the mayor originally proposed in his $1.2 billion 2020 budget. Mayor Brand now has 10 days to figure out what to veto. He says he will do it item by item. After that, City Council will have 30 days to override. 5 votes are needed to do that. Otherwise, the vetoes will stand. And as you may have noticed here, there's only 6 votes, not the usual 7. The seat for District 2 is still vacant, but that could all change on August 13th. And all 5 candidates looking to win that seat joining us here today. So crowded fill. We're going to break it down into 2 different segments, and we're going to begin with these 3 guys here. So we got attorney and accountant George Herman over there, business owner Mike Carbasi over here, and the CEO and president of AmeriGuard Security Services, Lawrence Garcia. Gentlemen, welcome. This is kind of a rapid-fire thing here, but I want to start with this, and we'll just go down the line. Lawrence, I'll start with you. Would you have voted in favor of the mayor's budget, knowing council attended more items to make it $1.8 million over that budget? Now, Gary Bredefeld opposed it. He even called it the, quote, "I'm ashamed budget" on this show last week. How would you have voted?
I wouldn't have voted for it. I like the fact that the mayor is also using his veto power for the line item veto. I think that's very important. We need to stay within budget. He knows how to run this budget. He's done very well with that, and I support that.
Mike, as you know, the city council members are allowed to have their own budget analyst. They're saying the city will make that $1.8 million up in revenue. Do you see it that way?
You know, I tend to run on the more fiscally conservative side, so I'm going to take the most conservative number. And I'll tell you right now, I couldn't vote for this budget because I'm the only candidate to make a pledge. It's the Safer Fresno budget pledge. No new cops, no budget. We didn't add 1 police officer.
But you added police cars, and you've also had that contract in beforehand, not giving raises to police officers, which also allowed them to have more officers last year.
Right. And the MOU was approved, thankfully. But, you know, the residents of District 2 have told me that they're experiencing people speeding through our neighborhoods and through our schools and red lights, more break-ins and car break-ins and home break-ins from drug users. They're sick and tired of all the property crimes. I was born and raised in the district. I've never seen it like this before. We need more patrolmen, beat cops.
George, you heard from Mike and Lawrence here. How would you have voted on this budget?
I wouldn't have passed a budget unless it's a balanced budget. I believe in fiscal responsibility.
All right, and guys, part of that budget is the $200,000 added for the Advanced Peace Program. It's been a hot-button issue, as you guys know, where gang members will be offered stipends if they put down their guns and change their lifestyles. If you're the mayor here, or at least you're part of the city council now, would you line veto this? Lawrence, I'll start with you.
Sure, that was ridiculous. I would get in front of that no matter what it takes. That was ridiculous.
So you don't agree with Miguel Arias here. You don't agree with Ismael Soria or Nelson Esparza or Luis Chavez.
I think that money should be used in many different places and not giving career criminals, endorsing them, continuing to perpetuate what they do. Ridiculous. There's many other things to do. I would not support it. I would not agree with those others.
Now, obviously, a lot of the constituents, the voters in Northwest, obviously, they're probably thinking the same thing you guys are doing. Is that why you're saying that, though, Mike? I'll move to you.
No, you know, I'm the only candidate to get the endorsement of the Fresno Police Officers Association, the police chief, Jerry Dyer, and Sheriff Margaret Mims, our top crime fighters. And the reason is I'm very pragmatic. Now, that taxpayer money is not play money. It's from my business. It's from our residents in the district. And we have a responsibility to spend it well. You don't spend it paying gang members not to commit crimes. You don't pay a bank robber not to rob a bank. We have a justice system, and when you do these kinds of things, I don't doubt that Mr. Foster, who was on this show last week, losing 2 children 4 years apart to the day, I can't imagine what he went through, and I would love to help him and have the council come together with the chief and see what we're going to come up with, but we can't spend taxpayer dollars subsidizing gang activity. That's just not going to work.
George, how do you see this? Because really, Advanced Peace Program is another way to police what the police can't always police, so to speak. If that made any sense
Well,
to you.
it doesn't make any sense, but I'll answer the question anyway. But with respect to gang violence, I mean, I do criminal defense work, and I believe that it's a lot more than a gang violence issue. It's more of a mental health and a drug addiction issue. With respect to, I would oppose any payments to gang members. I think an alternative would be to have like a buyback program, because the things that gang members covet the most are firearms. So let them turn in their guns without any criminal consequences, and have the city or the county pay them for those turned-in guns, and see how that works.
George, I'll start with you on this next topic here, because Esmeralda Soria and Miguel Arias, they took a trip to D.C. As a lot of people know about this, it was on the taxpayers' dime. It's allocated as part of their budget, but they didn't publicize the trip ahead of time, only when they did meet with New York Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez to apologize for the Grizzlies video mistake. Would you have done the same thing in what they did in order to make better relations, as they called it, for the city of Fresno?
I understand that they were there for other city business to support the DREAM Act and safe water propositions.
But that was not publicized ahead of time. They didn't send out a press release.
That's true. That's true. But if they were there for that, for a legitimate purpose, and for, I believe it was an extension that Mr. Capriolio went to, previously.
So would you have done the D.C. trip?
Would I have done? I wouldn't have done the D.C. trip, honestly, myself, no.
No.
Not for the sole purpose of apologizing to Ms. Cortez.
Mike?
Yeah, I think the Grizzlies took responsibility immediately and apologized. This whole thing has been blown out of proportion. What we should be doing is going to D.C. and talking about Veterans Boulevard. Veterans Boulevard is what's going to connect the west area, growth area of our district, to the rest of the district, and we're about, $25 million short of our goal. From day one, 35,000 cars are going to use Veterans Boulevard a day, so that's what we should be focusing on.
Lawrence, would you have taken this trip to D.C.?
Not at all, not for that reason. I thought it was ridiculous. The Grizzlies did an honest mistake. They addressed the issue as soon as possible, and the fact that they got so much backlash.
What about just going to D.C. to lobby for some of the things that, like the DREAM Act, and just being part of it? They helped T.J. Cox to help facilitate that.
Well, no, I'm not. I would not be in support of the whole trip. I'm not interested in the reasons they went over there for that reason.
All right, let's move to council attendance, because this has been another big issue that, at least the media has pointed out. Last week, Soria left, did not vote on the Advanced Peace Program. She said she had another engagement. Capriolio, Bredefeld, they have missed votes as well in the past. Can you vow to your constituents that you would be present for every vote and meeting, barring an emergency, of course? George, we'll start with you.
I'll be at every one unless I'm under court order to be somewhere else.
All right.
That's the easiest way to put it.
Yeah, absolutely. Running a campaign, walking door to door in this heat isn't easy. We're not going through all this hard work just not to show up to meetings. I'll be at every meeting. Absolutely.
Absolutely, I'll be at every meeting. I have input, and I want to be there and be involved.
Last question. I got 10 seconds. George, who are you backing for mayor?
Chief Dyer.
Mike?
I was the first person to give Jerry Dyer a financial contribution, so Chief Dyer.
Chief Dyer, 100%.
All right. Well, you guys seem to be all par for the course, so to speak. So be interesting to see how it plays out. Of course, we'll have the other two candidates a little bit later.